Welcome to the Enhancement Talent Podcast.
Any man with two hands has a fighting chance.
You're only half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do.
What?
You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son.
What?
I'm not ready for you. Give me a hell yeah.
We are back and better than ever. Welcome to the Enhancement Talent Podcast, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. We appreciate you stopping by, making us a part of your day.
Or night.
Yeah. I'm your host, Brock Fluker, and I'm joined by Chris Carbe.
Hola.
How's it going, Chris?
Oh man, it's too early in the day for this.
Yeah. It's only like 12:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, we should have done this at like 6 o'clock tonight when I get up.
Yeah, that's how our sleeping normally works. I always work nights most of the time. I don't know what Chris does, that he's always asleep all day.
Well, that's because I work days, so when I'm off, I want to sleep.
Yeah, so we're going to get into our Raw and SmackDown reviews here in a minute, but we did just want to mention to begin this with that 2019 has already taken one of our beloved wrestling icons.
Yes.
And Mean Gene Okerlund.
Good old Mean Gene, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching him all the way back in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah, really a shame. I believe he was in his mid-70s.
76.
Yeah, and he always seemed like he was in good health. Just, I don't know what they said, if they have what happened yet.
There's no cause of death has been announced, but he had kidney problems.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had 2 kidney transplants. So I'm just personally thinking it might have to do with that.
Yeah.
Because having to have 2 kidney transplants in 12 years?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. Gene, you'll hear it throughout on a lot of the posts that wrestlers now and former wrestlers are making, but it is true that he really was one of the voices of a generation with he and Jim Ross and Howard Finkel, and
I think those 3 alone
mm-hmm.
could sum up the generation from mid 80s to mid 90s.
Yeah, yeah, and Gene was something like, if you watch the backstage interviewers in WWE now and the in-ring interviews and all that, it's night and day between that and what Gene would do back then.
But back then, though, they weren't as scripted as they were now.
Yeah, and Gene just and it was never to him about getting himself over either. Like, he was there to help make things better and help get it's something that doesn't really happen now, where the interviewer is actually trying to interview someone instead of asking them one question and fading away.
Yeah, it's an actual interview.
Yeah.
And he just knew how to play it.
Yeah.
He knew how to make the heel seem a heel or a face seem a face.
Do you have any favorite Gene moments?
I mean, there's always the classic with Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Putting his hand around his throat, acting like he's choking him. I mean, there's so many with Flair and Hogan.
I was going to say with Flair, I remember the 92 Royal Rumble, the best Royal Rumble ever.
Yeah.
Where that was when they made Flair defend the title in the Royal Rumble, and he entered at the beginning and ended up winning, and that's that's the one famous promo he has where he's like, "With a tear in my eye, this is the greatest day of my life."
Yeah.
And I remember Mean Gene, amidst the celebration, he's just like, "Hey, put that cigarette out."
Yeah.
In the ring.
I love his voice, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still hear his voice, and I haven't really heard him on TV for a long time.
Yeah.
But I can still hear his voice.
He was last on TV at Raw 25, I think.
Well, yeah, as a special appearance.
Yeah, and he just had a short little appearance, but yeah, just
what a shitty way to start the year.
Yeah, right on. Was it the first or the second? I guess it was the second, the morning of the second.
It was Monday when he died, so that'd be the.
Oh, okay, it just wasn't.
It was.
I didn't hear about it until Tuesday, I don't think.
Yeah, I heard about it Tuesday, so it had to have been. When I read it, it was a Monday.
Okay.
So New Year's Eve. So he started the year off. Not at all.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully, 2019 is kinder to us.
Let's hope that that was a way to end the year and not start the year.
Yeah.
If we can't handle many more wrestling legends going, we won't have any left.
Yeah. Yeah, but I guess we'll try to awkwardly transition into our next phase of the show.
Okay. And what's that? Oh, yeah, that's the plug where Total Bellas comes back on the 13th.
I knew you were going to mention that.
At 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central.
Are you going to watch it?
I do.
Yeah, but why watch Total Bellas?
Why not?
Because you already watched Total Divas.
Which covers more than just the Bellas. See, Total
Bellas is all Bellas.
It's all Bellas all the time.
It's if WWE was doing a tagline for it, they would say it's more Bella than ever.
It is. It's interesting.
You remember they did that for the Elimination Chamber when they had the 2 chamber matches and one of them had 7 people or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And the tagline was it was the Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
They said more Rumble than ever.
Yeah. Oh my God.
WWE marketing. It's a good thing E is in control of that show. Or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But nonetheless, hopefully those ratings tank like Total Divas did.
Oh, I'm sure they have been.
I probably shouldn't say hopefully. That sounds rude. But
how rude. They're going to screw up eventually.
So let's go on with Raw, huh?
Sure.
So Raw opened differently. It opened with a match.
Yeah, surprisingly.
A steel cage match at that.
Which, honestly, to me, should have been the main event.
Well, there's a match later I think should have been the main event, but I thought this was a fun opening match.
Oh, it was. It was a good match, too.
Yeah. There was some good stuff in here, it was Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler, I should probably mention, in the steel cage match.
Oh, yeah.
There was some cool stuff. McIntyre hit a superplex with Dolph, draped over the top of the cage.
That was nice.
Yeah, and
big impact.
Drew did the thing he was doing with Kurt Angle, where he's just berating Dolph as he's kicking his ass.
Yeah.
You're nothing, Dolph, and all this and that. And it eventually almost cost him when Dolph hits a zigzag, and that gets a near fall. And Dolph sets up for a super kick after that, but walks right into a Claymore. And Drew decides not to pin Dolph, and instead sets up for another Claymore, and this time he pins him.
If you paid attention in the beginning, there was no record scratch for Dolph's music.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Let's do away with that, because that was annoying.
That was heel Ziggler. Now he's big showed back to face Ziggler.
But he's not a face either.
I know. But I'm just thinking, he got rid of the record scratch. That started when he flipped. He's going against a heel.
Yeah, but then when he goes against Balor, he's still a heel.
Yeah, I know. He's one of those that he's like Strowman. He's just there. He'll do whatever role because he can.
Yeah.
And he'll still get cheered.
Yeah, I guess. So, let's see. After the match, Dolph decides to, he's crawling, kind of being held up by the ropes a little bit, and he he just says, "Is that all you got?" I was like, "You idiots."
Yeah.
Why would you do that? And so after the match, Drew gets a chair and pins it against Dolph's head against the cage, and then does a Claymore into it.
That could hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they actually did that, though, with not doing, like, they don't do chair shots to the head, but I guess, like, probably that's different.
Because it was leaning up against the cage and not actually on his head.
Yeah. Drew declares afterward that he will enter and win the Royal Rumble match and the Universal Championship at WrestleMania.
Everybody's going to win it. Just ask them.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, it's that time of year where we're going to get at least 15 people saying that they're going to win the Royal Rumble.
I want to see somebody be honest, but yeah, I'm in the Royal Rumble just to participate.
Hopefully I win. We'll see.
I don't plan on winning. It'd be nice. Like Kurt Hawkins. Let him come out and be honest. Yeah. Look, man, I ain't going to win this thing. Just cheer me on and I'll show up.
Maybe if I get a good number, I can get to like almost the end. And
yeah, maybe
we'll see what happens.
The last 5.
Yeah, so after that promo, and you know, Drew was one of the more like believable ones though when he said that, because I was like, okay, well, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'd love to see a Drew versus Brock match.
Really?
I think that'd be cool.
I think it could be all right.
I mean, Drew versus Strowman, they were building to earlier.
I think I'd rather like to see how that plays out before I say I'd like to see him against Brock.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know, I'm still shooting for Strowman and Lesnar.
Yeah. I know you want the belt off him now.
What belt? Yeah. There is no belt. Although the rumor I just read last night is that Lesnar is expected to go back to UFC after WrestleMania. There's no ifs. There's no, well, he may do this or may do that. It's he's supposed to go back after WrestleMania.
Yeah, and the other thing, though, is that I think that the contracts he works is going to allow him to do both if he wants.
I think they'd be stupid to keep letting him do both because, honestly, nobody wants him. Nobody in the entire WWE universe wants him on the show, at least as champion.
Well, it depends, though, because you can also say that if he draws ticket sales or anything else, then he's still worth having.
Not as your champion.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to be the champion to work matches.
But I'm thinking that's how it's in his contract, where if he's there, he's got to have the belt.
We had this discussion last week. We won't go back into it. But I doubt it. That Brock only cares about the dollar figure. I don't think he cares about the imaginary championship belts.
Then why doesn't he let it go?
Because they're telling him to win.
See, I mean, they're so screwing everybody with Brock. Brock, I mean, they're using Brock to screw everybody over. Look at us. We're super fans. And I can't stand the damn thing. I can't stand him. I don't care about the Universal title. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
It hasn't been on TV in months.
No, I don't disagree with you. I just think you're placing the anger in the wrong place.
Brock's a dick and a douche and doesn't want to work. If he wants to schedule like that, go to UFC. This is WWE where you're supposed to work around 300 days a year. Give or take. I understand, people are going to work less. I'll give you 290 days. But show up for something. Don't send your little round-ass advocate out to the ring every time. And don't get me wrong, I love Heyman.
Yeah.
His promos are awesome.
Yeah.
But there's only so much he can do when he's the only one there.
Yeah, and even he's not there often.
No. They just need to get rid of Lesnar. It's getting to the point, he might draw a few dollars, but is it worth the people turning the show off because he's on TV?
Yeah. I don't know. I would rather, like, what they did with most of the time Lesnar has been here since he came back, is just have attraction matches that don't have to be for a title.
I mean, as long as he's not holding the title, yeah. Let him come in and push somebody up.
Yeah.
Then that's what they should do with the Strowman.
Yeah, but
we know that he's not going to drop that belt until WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We know that.
I still think it'll be him versus Rollins that he'll drop it to.
I don't see how Rollins would be able to get the job done.
I mean, Roman could. Why can't Seth?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the size difference.
It's not like Roman is that much bigger than Seth.
Well, I mean, he's quite a bit bigger. Overall, not just muscles, but overall. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll pull one out of his ass, but I don't see it.
I don't know. It's just like I don't put as much stock into that as like the believability aspect is somewhat there, but like. If we're being completely believable, then Brock would just kill everyone. Like, there's nobody that could actually beat Brock in a fight in WWE. So it's suspending the disbelief.
I guess Ken Shamrock's not in WWE anymore.
Yeah. No kidding.
Where's Steve Blackwell? Is he around?
Steve Blackman.
Blackman, yeah. Who the hell is Blackwell? Close enough.
He'd come at him with his nunchucks.
Yeah.
We had a Seth Rollins promo, and he wants a rematch with Dean Ambrose, and instead he gets Triple H coming out, the King of Kings.
Cerebral assassin.
I didn't even write it down, but he and Shane earlier arrived in a limo.
Yeah,
and Shane was like dancing around him.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how they're doing this with all the McMahons on the show. Okay, not all of them at one time.
Yeah, but scattered throughout.
Scattered through Monday and Tuesdays, but you're going to see at least 3 of them.
Yeah. So Triple H comes out to remind Seth that there are no automatic rematches anymore.
And we were told, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. So Seth just didn't get the memo, I guess.
In a way, I agree.
No, I like it too. It
just depends. I mean, I think they should get the rematch if it was a dirty pin or a dirty win.
Right.
If they lost because you're holding the tights or outside interference, then you should get a rematch.
Yeah.
But if it's a clean win, dude, you're at the bottom of the ladder.
Right. Like, I don't mind it when they, like what they just did with, on SmackDown, they had AJ in the match to decide the number 1 contender, but they didn't just give him another match.
Yeah. I mean, we knew it was going to happen. Or at least I did. But they made it seem like it was a possibility for any of these 5 people.
Right.
And they made it look good. We'll get to that later, though.
Yeah. So, Seth and Triple H did, like, some callbacks to their past history with Triple H saying he always believed in Seth because Seth made him believe in him. And for the time that he didn't believe him, Seth kicked his ass at WrestleMania, he said.
Until he did believe him and made him again.
And Triple H also says that Seth used to be the guy that took what he wanted, and now he's just a guy asking for stuff. And Seth got all fired up at that, and Triple H says he'll have a match with Bobby Lashley tonight.
Yeah.
Which just, I can feel the excitement coming from Bobby Lashley.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And
he gets to come out and show his ass.
Seth says he's glad nothing is being handed to him and that he'll take whatever gets in his way. And he includes Dean, the Intercontinental title, and he even says if Brock gets in his way, then he'll take the Universal title too.
But he also said...
Planting the seed there.
He also said he'd take down the whole
McMahon family.
And then
that's when Shane comes out. He shuffles his Jordan's wearing self out there, and he's like, oh, hey guys, hey,
nice.
Let's all calm down now.
This is a pay-per-view.
And Shane also says that someone will face Dean for the Intercontinental title tonight. Whoever wins the, quote, fresh start battle royal.
Which I thought the battle royal was great. I really did.
I mean,
that should have been the main event.
You've said two
I
things
know.
should be the main event. And how
Everything's a main event.
But you can't have the battle royal be the main event if the battle royal is to determine who faces Dean tonight for the title.
Well, I would have had that match next week.
Like, okay. But, yeah.
That just sets up for failure. Here you're going to go through a grueling match, and then you have to go through another one.
Yeah, I don't know. The battle royal is hardly grueling. It's mostly just laying around.
Well, I mean, as we discussed it, I mean, it was kind of grueling for him. He did a lot of work.
Yeah, so, the likes of, other than, Finn Balor and Corbin, the ring is filled with mostly geeks, I would say.
No Way Jose.
No Way Jose, The Ascension, the B Team.
Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins was in there. Zack Ryder was on TV.
And Mojo.
On commentary, they said it was the first time that Zack Ryder's been on Raw.
It was his
2018.
first and only match of the year.
Yeah.
Which I was really kind of hoping he'd win. Just to say he won his only match of the year.
Jeez.
For no other reason.
Yeah, so some of the things that happened in here. We had No Way Jose giving Victor an airplane spin, but he makes himself too dizzy and gets thrown out with a gorilla press by Apollo. Very early throughout
Are we back to Apollo, or is it Apollo Crews now?
I just wrote Apollo, but his name is Apollo Crews.
Well, before it was just Apollo because Terry Crews had that issue. There's been several months. We talked about it.
I don't know. Like, you've told me about that, but I heard that the reason that they did that was because there was, like, a school shooter that's name was Cruz, and that's why they changed it. And then they just changed it back a couple months later.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they tried going with just Apollo and it didn't work.
Yeah. It's
just say
not
Apollo.
Working.
I mean, to me, all I'm thinking of is Showtime at the Apollo.
So early on throughout this, though, they kind of built this match around Cruz.
Yeah, they did.
And he eliminates Victor as well after that. And let's see, Finn Balor single-handedly eliminated all three of the Lucha House Party.
That was a big step right there.
Yeah. This match was competed under Lucha House rules because all three of them were. So they're back.
Just for this match, because it's a battle royal.
All three of them were in there, and they couldn't even last till, like, the middle of the match. Let's see. Apollo eliminates both members of the B Team, then Connor, then Mojo Rawley, then Tyler Breeze, all in one swift motion, practically.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor got eliminated by Baron Corbin, and so the final four for this match are, let's read it together now, Corbin, Ryder, Hawkins, and Apollo Crews.
Yeah. Two of these things just doesn't belong.
Yeah. The Major Brothers were here. Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder.
Maybe they should just team up.
Yeah. You remember their team?
No.
They debuted as the Edgeheads.
Really?
You don't remember that?
Uh-uh.
It was like a triple threat match for the world title against it was Edge, Undertaker, and Batista. And like,
how long ago?
It was late 2000s probably. And Hawkins and Ryder are like dressed as Edge, and they had the long hair, and they were made to look like Edge.
Oh wow.
So as Taker is like about to win the match, like one of them comes out and Taker is thinking that it's Edge, and he chokeslams him or whatever. And then the other one comes out, and that they help Edge get the win.
I don't remember that.
And then eventually they ended up being the Major Brothers after that. And allegedly, the story that Zack Ryder tells is that Vince decided to split them after he learned that they weren't actually brothers.
Oh, wow. So what about the Good Brothers? They're not brothers.
Yeah, but that's not their team name, is it? Like, that's just something they say, I guess.
No, I think that's their team name.
I always thought their team name was just Gallows and Anderson.
Well, lately they've just been calling them the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the commentary is calling them that while they're coming to the ring. To me, that's their team name.
Yeah. I guess it could be. So Zack Ryder eliminated Baron Corbin. Or no, I'm sorry, eliminated by Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
He tried to do the broski boots and gets thrown over, which the crowd still said woo woo woo.
Which I'm surprised that they remember.
They still know him.
Wouldn't it have been funny though if like Kurt Hawkins eliminated Corbin?
Yeah. Well, that's what happened here too. Is that so Hawkins got a bit of a run, like he was gonna eliminate Corbin, but then he got eliminated by Corbin.
I just thought that'd be so sweet if
he
didn't win the match, but he could at least eliminate Corbin and just be a slap in the face by a 2-year-old.
Yeah. So that left Apollo and Baron Corbin, and Apollo wins the match, eliminating Baron Corbin. 8 eliminations.
Was it 20 people?
I have no idea.
I didn't count in the beginning. It was at least 8.
It had to have been more than 8.
It was more like 15 to 20.
Yeah, so Apollo Crews will get the Intercontinental title match later in the show.
Are we seeing a push for Crews, or is this just a one-time thing?
Well, last time we thought that Apollo was going to get a push. It didn't go anywhere. So
yeah,
I'm going to err on the side of caution and say it was probably just one time. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will find out.
We have Natalya having a backstage interview, and she wants another match with Ronda at WrestleMania when she wins the Royal Rumble.
Well, if she earns it, she'll get it.
And she is interrupted by Nia, and then Tamina blindsides Natalya, and they beat her up for a second before being pulled apart.
Yeah.
Which will lead to the actual main event later in the night of Nia and Tamina against Ronda Rousey and Natalya.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been the main event.
Tamina was in a main event of Raw.
Don't care. I've already named 2 other matches that should have been the main event.
Yeah. But
there's only like 5 to choose from.
I don't know. I like the thinking now though is that like the main event isn't actually the main event because by that time is when they have their least amount of viewers.
On Raw, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like they look at that like second hour as more of the main event, and then like they'll just do the rest of the stuff in the third hour.
I know we've talked about it, and you said that they should pretty much go back to 2 hours.
Yeah.
But if they're going to keep 3 hours, what if they start an hour earlier? Maybe
so go 7 to 10.
Yeah, because think about it. A lot of people, especially if like wrestling, it's family oriented, it's towards children and kids.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be up at 11 o'clock at night watching them.
Yeah.
So why not go earlier, an hour earlier, so everybody gets a chance to see it, and viewership may not go down as much.
Yeah, it's like that 8 o'clock slot is always viewed as primetime television.
8 and 9.
So maybe there is some sort of fear of that if they go an hour earlier.
What, is their viewership going to drop?
Yeah.
Like that?
I mean, it could for the first hour at least, but, well, I don't know.
I think it even if the first hour is lower, I think the second and third hour would be more just because it's not so late at night.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot that I know of that's on Monday nights that between 9 and 11 that anything major.
Yeah. Then that's obviously on USA a lot, and that's mostly up to them, I would think.
Probably, or it's in their contract that they negotiated. But I think if they went back an hour, it might help. Because
USA is really like the reason that they went to 3 hours to begin with, that it was more that they wanted to do it than WWE actually wanted to do it.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why the Raw is so crappy. Because they have so much they have a whole extra hour to fill.
Yeah, that's definitely part of it.
But really, that's only 2 matches.
Yeah, like
or 1 match and a whole lot of crap.
There's a lot of reasons though that we can talk about that.
Yeah,
3 hours is just one of them.
But I just think they should start an hour earlier. It might help.
Yeah. So Corbin is still in the ring after all this, complaining about not winning the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And Elias appears on the stage with the spotlights. And Elias says he's going to have a New Year's rock party or whatever. And Baron needs to leave the ring because he doesn't invite losers. And the crowd started chanting, "You're a loser" at Baron Corbin.
Yeah, like we didn't know.
Yeah. Like, that's a good thing, man, is that Elias always brings the crowd up.
He does.
That is something I cannot take away from this man.
I still don't care about him and his damn guitar. He's not the honky tonk man.
But the people love it.
Yeah, the people love it. I mean, I'm not dogging that. People love it. He's gonna do it. Fine. I personally don't care for it.
Yeah.
He's great in the ring, but I don't care about the guitar.
Yeah.
His guitars singing and playing is longer than his damn matches.
Most of the time.
So, to me, you need to work on a little something more than your guitar playing.
Yeah. It is like... It's got to be very different for him because he has to not only prepare for a match, but he also has to prepare a song.
So he has to read what creative prepared for him.
Well, he obviously has a lot more liberty.
Yeah, it shows.
I'm sure that he's largely behind a lot of the stuff that he does.
Oh yeah, with the songs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. If not all of it, most of it.
Yeah, and the babyface Elias now talks about how awesome Detroit is instead of how much it smells.
Yeah,
and Elias does some singing, and Corbin goes to attack him. And they end up brawling into the crowd, and Corbin eventually runs away after Elias got the upper hand for a minute.
Nice little brawl, but I mean, it was a setup to a match, or maybe even a feud. But
I feel like haven't we seen Corbin versus Elias already?
I thought so.
I don't remember if they even had a match, but I just remember they did the stuff when Corbin was manager. And they did some stuff there. Yeah. I don't remember if they had a match.
I don't know if they had a match, but maybe it just seems like they don't need one.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really care about it. It's Elias versus Baron Corbin.
There's nothing to get if you win. And, really, it won't even hurt you if you lose.
Yeah. And both of them, when it comes to matches, can be kind of bland. So I don't feel like they're a good mesh together.
I mean, we may end up having another Rollins-Ambrose match.
Yeah, except those guys could actually have a good match.
Yeah. But they didn't.
Yeah. We had Sasha, Bayley, and Ember.
It's boss time.
Yes, it's boss time.
Yeah, sorry, had to every time.
Against the Riot Squad.
Whoopee.
It was... So the setup to this match was how the Riot Squad attacked them last week after the three of them won whatever match they were in. I can't even remember. But I totally forgot that this even happened. I totally forgot that the Riot Squad attacked them last week, and that's why this match was happening. So the whole time I was just like, okay, well, this is a tag team match for no reason.
There's still no reason.
And I was like, oh, there is a reason. I just don't even remember it.
Well, if it was a regular tag team match, it'd be a reason. It's a 6-woman tag match. The only reason they're doing that is to promote their women's tag titles, in my opinion.
More or less.
Which, okay, fine. You want to promote your titles, great. I'm all for it. But give me some variety. Didn't we just see the same damn match last week? Instead of Riot Squad, it was another team?
Who was it? I can't even remember.
Hold on, I got my notes here.
I can't... What other heels are there? Was it it must have been Fox, Dana Brooke, and Mickie James. Because those are the only other heels.
Dana, Alicia, and Mickie against Sasha Bayley.
Hey, I got it.
So, it's the same thing, just a different opponent.
Yeah.
There's no setup, there's no build. There's nothing to care about.
Well, there was a 1-week build.
Well,
that I didn't even remember.
Yeah, it's such a build you didn't remember. You remember all this crap. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I would even say it's more just filling time and giving them something to do.
They don't have to fill time. They can make separate matches. It's easy. They've done it before. You do a tag match with 2 of them, and then as soon as that match is over, the last remaining member of each team does a singles match.
Right.
We've seen it a few times before.
Yeah.
And I love it when they do that. There's no commercial break. There's no video packages. There's no interviews. It's straight end of match bell to beginning of match bell. And go at it.
Yeah. The Riot Squad are just like so like dead to me. Like
anymore. Don't get me wrong. I love them.
I do too. I like all of them.
I don't like how Ruby cut her hair, but hey.
I didn't notice she cut her hair.
Yeah, it's like shoulder length now. It just looks weird on her. But and besides Sarah Logan's Viking wedding,
yeah, they continued to talk about that.
I don't understand why they mentioned it because it happened like 2 weeks ago.
I don't know.
A week and a half ago. It was on last week's Raw.
Yeah, but they did mention it last week?
I thought they did because it happened like over the weekend before the Raw.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, that Raw was taped the week before.
No, that's true.
Before, so.
I forgot WWE doesn't go live anymore.
Let's see. In this match, Sasha gets worked over for most of it, and she does like her typical Sasha Banks stuff where she takes a bump onto her neck instead of her back.
Yeah.
Which
typical.
I just wish that she would be safer.
Well, it's just like Dolph Ziggler. He does a lot of the same.
Yeah.
He takes a lot of bumps to the neck instead of the back.
Yeah.
Or he just plays it off like everything, even if you step on his toe, his neck hurts.
Yeah. that is true. Other than that, though, eventually Sasha gets the tag to Bayley, and they hit the backstabber to Logan, and this time they do the backstabber into a top rope elbow from Bayley, and that gets the
a little
win.
Different.
Yeah.
But I love Bayley's elbows.
Yeah. At some point, you could audibly hear, I couldn't tell who it was, but someone said, "Are you okay?" And then you heard yes.
I know. I actually rewound that, and I thought it was Logan asking.
Yeah.
Because that's when Logan was in control.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I was guessing.
It was so audibly loud. It was very weird.
But why was it audibly loud? It wasn't a camera at ringside. It was a fixed camera.
Maybe she was just sitting there, like, yelling. Like,
Are
you okay?
Is the referee mic'd?
I don't know. Probably not.
I wouldn't think so, but...
Why would he be?
But why would we be able to hear that so clearly?
Yeah. It's very weird.
There's a reason, and there's a mic somewhere, and maybe they did that for a reason. Maybe to pick stuff like that up.
Yeah.
I mean, kayfabe and wrestling, how we know it, is dead.
Yeah.
So why not move with the generation and move with times and, they can hear what's going on. Well, let's just put a mic here and let's give them something to listen to.
That's going too far. But, we had the ever-anticipated Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins match. Lashley did not point to his butt this time.
I wouldn't know. I skipped his whole intro like I do every day.
Oh.
Because I don't need to see his ass.
He didn't do it this time.
Bullshit. I saw Leo Rush.
He was there. But
isn't that his ass?
No, Leo said that after Bobby wins, then Bobby would do his favorite pose.
Oh, see, I skipped it. I mean, as soon as I saw Leo, I was like, yep, fast forward.
So, Leo interferes constantly throughout this match, and Rollins decides to show the ruthless side that Triple H wanted him to, I guess. Standard match by getting a steel chair and beating down Rush and Lashley.
Spectacular, which was
what you come to expect of Bobby Lashley. And so, this finishes with it will be a wicked curb stomp, though, to Leo Rush. That's what we'll promise you.
Horrible look. And the way Leo Rush will interfere. Oh, my God.
Like, normally you just like have your face hit the ground, but Leo decided to have flip over and have his head hit the ground. That there'd at least be some entertainment value.
I mean, if he's gonna be on the main roster, put his ass in some matches. And I don't mean with big people. We just got Mustafa Ali up on SmackDown. Bring somebody up on Raw from like 205.
Yeah.
give Leo somebody to go against on Raw.
The Lucha House Party is there. He can
Like I said, give somebody.
He can have some matches with them under Lucha House rules.
I don't want no damn Lucha House rules. All that shit with the Revival.
Then we can see like them like 3-on-1 beat up Leo Rush.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd like to see that, but I don't need the match. They can do that backstage.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that stomp to him, man. When he went down, he went like top of the head first on the mat.
That was beautiful.
And I don't know if it was intentional.
I'm sure he did that on purpose.
To land on his top of his head.
Yeah.
Or if it was just how he landed, but it looked, I mean, he sold it great.
Yeah, I'm sure that he did that intentionally, trying to...
And then he didn't move afterwards either.
Yeah.
If you paid attention.
Yeah. Good sell job, Leo.
Yeah, he didn't move at all. The camera went away from him.
Yeah. So this was random. We had a 3-on-2 handicap match with Jinder Mahal and the Sings against Rhino and Heath Slater.
It's not 3-on-2 because if you add the Sings weight, it equals Rhino.
Right.
So it's Jinder Mahal in two halves.
This is the first match that the Sings have had in a long time.
It's the first one I think I've seen them in together.
They had, I think they did like a 2-on-1 handicap match against AJ Styles.
Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that. And I
Probably
think there was even
2017.
somebody else they did it to.
Yeah. Then maybe they had a match with Orton or something.
It could be.
And even
Are they in 205?
no.
So they're not actual like wrestlers. They're more valet.
Well, no, they are wrestlers. They're just not being used as wrestlers.
Yeah, but I mean they don't. They are wrestlers.
I think both of them were in the Cruiserweight Classic when that took place.
Oh, okay.
But they haven't been on 205 Live.
Okay, so they're pretty much. I mean, they're wrestlers, but they just don't wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Until now.
I mean, well, I knew they had to be wrestlers because they were taking bumps and shit. I mean,
yeah,
they're going through tables. They've got to know what they're doing.
Yeah, and they took hella bumps against Randy Orton.
No, God. Well, Randy Orton put that one out.
2017. Yeah, onto the announcer's table.
Is that the one that caused his neck to hurt?
Yeah, like he flips him up and he just lands on his neck on the announcer's table.
When Orton turns around, he's like, oh.
He was like, oh, I think I might have just killed someone.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for, JR's voice. My God, they killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sings are fearless in taking bumps.
I mean, they sell this shit great.
Yeah.
Really good.
I haven't had a chance to see it in a while, but...
I didn't really care about the match itself.
Yeah, so this was set up last week with Rhino being Santa and coming back.
Yeah.
And so even more random than this match, the Jinder won.
Yeah.
He pinned Rhino.
Yeah.
With the Colossus.
And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I don't even have any notes on the match.
Well, my notes are 3-on-2 handicap match, Jinder and Sings versus Rhino and Slater, and Jinder pins Rhino with Colossus.
I've got are the Singh brothers in 205 Live and bad guys win. That's it. There was just nothing noteworthy of the match.
Yeah. So
I'm just holy crap. We're under attack.
I could feel that coming.
I'm
sure that was some good audio right there.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I understand because of last week why they had the match. I hope that's where it ends.
Yeah.
Because there's just no chemistry there to make a match work.
Yeah. Heath and Rhino are going to go back to doing nothing.
I hope not. I really hope not. With everything going on with both of them, with Rhino getting fired, supposedly.
Yeah.
And Slater being reduced to Corbin's puppet ref. Maybe now that they're all back together, they'll get a little push of some sort.
Well, this was not the start to that.
No. But this was also Raw, which was New Year's Eve, not New Year's. So they ended the year crappy. Just to get it out of the way, so next week they can be all good and win.
So what you're saying is hashtag New Year, New Me.
No, hashtag New Year, New Them.
Oh, well.
You're the same.
Same. You know what I mean.
But yeah, pretty much.
We had Dean versus Apollo Crews for the IC title after this.
It was actually pretty good.
Good match. Good match.
A lot of back and forth.
Yeah, Apollo had a pretty good showing. There was a cool spot he did where he did a cross body and Dean kicks out. So then Apollo goes right into a standing shooting star press from there. And
I love when he does that.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody else do it.
No, not someone that size particularly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a cruiserweight, but not somebody of 250 pounds sitting there standing above somebody doing a backflip.
Yeah, so
I can't even do a somersault.
Apollo hits his finisher, the spinning sit-out powerbomb or whatever, for a near fall with Dean grabbing the bottom rope.
Which, if you paid attention, you knew it was going to happen because he was looking at the rope on the mat. He's like, "Yeah, I can reach it. Okay, ready?
It's
Line, two, up there it is."
I always find that spot weird though when in that instance Dean was far away from the rope.
He was.
It was like, why not just lift your shoulder up and do the same thing?
I mean, you're stretching, so your shoulder's moving anyway. All you got to do is just go,
Yeah.
And if the ref isn't blind like Charles Robinson, then you might be okay.
Yeah. Apollo goes for a frog splash, but Dean rolls out of the way. It's a Dirty Deeds, and he takes a minute as he's laid out, and then drapes his arm over Apollo. And even with the elapsed time in between the move and the pin, it still put him away.
Yeah. But it was a nice showing on Raw. No, goddamn, I'm looking at the wrong notes.
You had Lashley.
Yeah, on Lashley. It was just nice to, because I've liked Lashley ever since. Apollo. All right, let me turn my notes over here. I've liked Apollo. I mean, since he came in.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the power. I mean, he's got the whole package if they use him right.
Yeah.
It was just nice to see him in a real match that didn't involve Titus tripping under a ring or something.
Yeah, he just needs more character work.
Yeah, he does.
Things like that.
Maybe go back to NXT just to work on his character.
Well, he was... it doesn't seem like they ever do that, but he was called up, one of the guys that was called up too early.
Yeah, he was.
Just, he needed more time to get his character fleshed out.
He almost just needs to take a couple months off to reinvent himself.
Yeah, he's taking many months off when he's not on TV at all.
Yeah, so why not reinvent yourself so when if you get another chance on TV, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
It'll be something memorable. Not, oh yeah, it's that Lashley or whoever. And I can't tell the difference apparently.
We had Alexa Bliss announcing in a backstage segment that next week she will debut her new talk show, A Moment of Bliss, with Ronda Rousey as the guest.
How injured is she? Is it a serious injury?
She's injured enough to where she is not allowed to compete yet.
Because giving her a talk show tells me that she might be a little more injured than we thought. And they're just trying to give her something to keep her on TV.
It's very possible.
Now that she's not in charge of the women's division.
Yeah. With her whole thing, it was a lot of concussions that she had in a short period of time. So I'm sure they're erring on the side of caution with things and not trying to rush her back.
No, and I get that, and that's good. I want to know, how injured is she? She's been not off TV, but she's been out of wrestling for a while.
Yeah, a few months now.
And now they're giving her a TV show after 3 months. They're going to give her something to do. That tells me she's more injured than we really think she is.
It's not even just being more injured. It's just more like they won't clear her. But it's more like the risk of getting injured again that it is what it is.
Well, maybe she should go see Daniel Bryan's doctors.
Yeah, all 50 of them.
Yeah, because somebody in that 50 cleared him.
All of them.
Yeah, I know.
The only one that didn't was the one that mattered.
WWE.
Yeah.
But I just made a note because I thought it was weird that she was getting her own talk show.
Yeah, but we've seen how many active wrestlers have these talk shows, so...
Let me see how long they last. Truth TV, 2 episodes?
Yeah, but there are also, like, the cutting edge that Edge did for, like,
years.
Half of his career, mostly towards, like, the back half of his career, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, there's been some good ones. Piper's Pit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go way back.
Yeah.
You know, you got the Barbershop, which a lot of people may not remember.
Well, it's remembered as what Marty Jannetty went through, the Barbershop window.
Oh, okay. I remember that. I watched that.
With Bobby Heenan on commentary talking about how much of a coward Marty Jannetty is, and he's like, look at him, he's trying to run away through the window.
Yeah. Oh, man, you gotta love that time period. Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see when and if Alexa comes back, hopefully.
I mean, I hope she does. She's too young not to be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, her whole career's ahead of her.
Yeah.
Until she retires and becomes my wife. In my dreams, I know.
Yeah.
But still, it happens.
I feel like not even.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Kind of harsh.
That was rude.
That was pretty good of you. Proud of you.
Let's see what else we had. The main events.
Yeah, the only thing I got left is the main event
of Tamina and Nia Jax against Ronda Rousey and Natalya. Ronda taps out Tamina with an armbar.
That's pretty much all the notes I got too.
There was more of a match than that, but I don't remember it.
There was a little back and forth, but you gotta look. This match was only 10 minutes,
probably,
if that.
Yeah, I remember. Like, I completely even forgot that this match was gonna happen. So when the Dean and Apollo match started, I was like, oh, they're giving this a lot of time. There's still like 40 minutes left in the show.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That's how they used the last hour. One big ass match.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was just nothing spectacular.
No.
About it.
It was there. And it was a Tamina match.
Which, I think they just haven't used her enough. I honestly think she's just rusty. Think about it. In the past, say, 2 years, you don't see her that much.
No.
Now, I know she had time off due to injury.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with her dad dying. But that was at the same time of her injury that she was out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but before that, they didn't use her that much.
No.
Which is a shame. She's a second generation, which they usually thrive upon mentioning.
Yeah.
That somebody's a second or third generation.
Well, it might be different with... because they used to, but with the circumstances of Jimmy Snuka and the controversy around him, they might not want to mention that.
I don't know. That's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into that kind of stuff on this show. That's not what we for here.
No. Not traditionally. Yeah, I don't know. Tamina's just a charisma vacuum, though.
Yeah, I mean, she really is, I guess. I mean, she has no emotion.
No.
I mean, nothing at all. No anger, no pity, no shame, no nothing.
No.
It's, I'm here to wrestle. I'm going to lose.
But that's okay.
There's just no emotion. It's like a female Ben Stein.
So, overall thoughts on Raw? Average.
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they are getting better. But being pre-taped, it's hard to judge.
Well, this one was...
Because it was they were both...
Wasn't this one live?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
I thought only SmackDown was pre-taped.
Well, I thought they said both of them were pre-taped for this week and last week.
I didn't see anything for, like, anything that happened on Raw until I watched Raw. So, I don't know. I thought this one was live.
Well, maybe they just pre-taped the Christmas Eve one.
Yeah.
But why would they pre-tape Christmas Eve and not New Year's Eve? They want people going and get drunk at the wrestling event on New Year's Eve and then driving home? Well, knowing them, probably.
Yeah, so
I thought
average Raw.
Average. I still thought it was pre-taped. But either way,
I don't know.
Either way, it was a 2018 show. And we're now in the new McMahon era.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what era we're calling it, so the McMahon era sounds good to me.
Just like every other era.
Except now they're all on TV. It's like an invasion.
Yeah, for it supposed to being new and all that, it doesn't feel that new. So
Now, I mean, last week was fine. Or no, it was the week before.
No, I think it was the last week one. That was the Christmas Eve show was fine.
Yeah. Not horrible.
Yeah.
But then you get this week, and not horrible, but still not even up to last week.
Yeah.
They're just so all over the place.
Yeah, it's just, I don't really know what else to really say about it. It's the pre-Royal Rumble time, and hopefully once we get past that, it'll start to be more interesting.
So maybe I should quit watching from SummerSlam to the Royal Rumble.
Pretty much.
Because nothing ever happens in that time period.
No.
I mean, nothing of note.
No.
Yeah, Shinsuke
really.
won a title and defended it twice and then lost it. Like 8 months later.
Yeah. Speaking of, getting SmackDown.
SmackDown, not live.
Yeah, SmackDown taped.
And because it was on SmackDown, I've got to mention it because it's wrestling. Total Bellas, Sunday the 13th.
You already mentioned it.
Yeah, but it was on both shows.
I don't need this.
You don't, but maybe one person out there cares. Maybe not. I don't care.
You'll have to do a review of the first show next week, or the week after, I guess it would be.
Oh. If there's anything worthy.
Yeah, so SmackDown will start with New Day, and Big E is in a diaper.
Oh my god. Funny segment, but Jesus.
Do you remember when they had made, like, they had Big Show be the New Year's baby?
Yep.
And they had, like, that commercial for the New Year's Raw or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's where this came from.
Oh, I'm sure it is. You know how they like to reduce, reuse, and recycle their storylines.
This isn't even a storyline.
I know.
Yeah, Big Show has talked about that before, and that it was one of the more ridiculous things that he's been asked to do.
Yeah. But he did it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he said that it was probably Vince, like, doing that to tease him into making him want to lose weight.
Well, that could be.
Yeah, so
it didn't work for a while, though. I mean, he waited several years before he lost some weight.
Yeah. And, Big E this time is in a diaper.
Yeah. Now, and just to let you know, there's not very many matches on the show. It's a lot of video packages, promos, backstage segments. It's like a crap show with a couple wrestling interruptions.
What did it have? 4 matches?
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems like 3 or 4 normally is what they do.
I'm just going to scroll through my previous couple of weeks and just see how many matches they have had.
Yeah, so this is where Big E did the Steiner math.
Yeah,
with the Royal Rumble coming up. And all 3 of them are going to enter, and they're going to win. as everyone else is.
How does everybody able to win?
And New Day is just kind of out there to start the show and to transition into the Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe match.
Yeah.
And Big E was throwing pancakes out of his diaper.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so gross. Who would have? I mean, somebody.
He's throwing them into the crowd.
Yeah, and people are catching them. It's oh my God, that's gross.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big dude. I would not want anything to have been down in his diaper. I'm sorry.
So we have Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy, and the winner is going to be added to the main event fatal 5-way thingy, with the winner facing Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship. And so Joe versus Hardy. Joe puts Jeff in the coquina clutch outside the ring, and he leaves him laying outside, right?
Yeah.
And at the count of 8, Joe gets back in the ring. And for whatever reason, the count restarts at 1.
Yeah, he turned around.
Since when do they do that?
Since when do you stop counting to talk to the person that's getting in the ring and then start the count over?
Yeah, the referee, as Joe gets back in the ring, he's like, hey, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, like, bad Joe.
And it's my understanding that the count is just supposed to continue from where it was when Joe got back in the ring.
Yeah. Now, it'd be one thing if somebody on the outside was up on the apron and he had to stop the count to say something to them.
Yeah.
But I've never seen any ref stop a count when one superstar gets in the ring and the other one's still outside.
Yeah.
They count, but they make sure he's okay, and they count, or, tell him to get back. But the count continues.
So, of course, Jeff gets into the ring at a count of 9. And then goes right back into the coquina clutch anyway and passes out.
And that's it.
So why not just have him get counted out?
I think it would have been better for him.
Yeah.
If he would have just taken the count out victory.
Yeah, that's what I thought the finish was, but then the count restarted.
It was a very quick match, though.
Yeah.
Not at all what I was expecting being a match where there's actually something on the line.
Yeah.
But maybe that's because the actual fatal 5-way that they're in is later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but it was still not a very good match at all.
Yeah, it was just
blah,
a quick sort of match. We have AJ Styles walking into a room with Shane and Vince, I guess like their office or whatever.
Yeah.
And AJ says that maybe he should apologize for last week, but he won't. And if Vince wants to see the real AJ Styles, watch what he does tonight. And he threatens Vince a little bit. And Shane, again.
I didn't see the threat.
He said, or maybe I can show you again right now or whatever.
But to me, that's not a threat. I just didn't take it as a threat. Maybe it's because he wasn't directly looking at Vince. He was kind of looking like in between Vince and Shane, like looking at both of them, like he's cross-eyed.
Yeah, no.
But it just didn't make sense to me.
Well, Shane again is playing the role of, whoa, hey guys,
don't hurt my daddy.
Let's all settle down now.
Yeah, jumps up like he's gonna protect his papa.
Yeah. Well, we know that Shane can go toe to toe with AJ.
Don't get me wrong, Shane can go toe to toe with most. Not all.
Yeah,
but most. I'm not saying he'd win. I'm just saying he could hold his own.
With the way he throws working punches, I mean, I'm sure he'd have shots.
I mean, all he's got to do is dance around a little bit, wait for you to fall down in the corner, and coast to coast. See, he wins. He held his own.
Rusev has an in-ring interview.
Which is cool because it's Rusev Day every day.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what this interview was. Rusev said something about bacon-flavored Cinnabons or something.
Oh, I don't know. I know I caught the chant Rusev Day USA.
Yeah. And Nakamura comes out and attacks him. And as Nakamura is beating up Rusev, Lana, jumps on Nakamura, practically putting him in a sleeper.
Almost like a sleeper. I was looking, too. It was almost like a sleeper.
And Rusev kicks Nakamura in the face, which causes Lana to fall.
Yeah.
And they say that Nakamura falls onto Lana, but really he just falls next to her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then as Rusev is checking on Lana, Shinsuke, showing no emotion or anything like that, just goes right back to attacking Rusev.
Yeah.
Hits him with the Kinshasa.
I mean, I'm glad Nakamura doesn't have the belt. They didn't do anything with him. Not his fault. Creative just didn't have anything for him.
Yeah.
But it's always better when I can get behind.
Yeah.
Like Rusev wins.
Right.
You know, he's been a heel. He's been a face. He's been a heel. He's been a face. It's just, you're either behind a person or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're good or bad. And I've always liked Rusev. I may not agree with his matches or how he wins sometimes, but I like him.
Right.
I've never been able to feel that way about Nakamura.
Yeah, it's been hard with Nakamura since he's been in WWE.
I mean, he's not on TV that much. His interviews are to the point I really can't understand a damn thing he says. They need to put subtitles up.
It's so weird, too, because he can speak
But he's always
better English than what he does on TV.
and he always has the mouth guard in when he talks.
Mm,
And that might be why he's doing it, so people don't know he can speak English.
yeah.
But look,
Well, it's also like you don't really have to have him talk that much to
No.
begin with.
no, but if he's going to speak, he needs to be, able to speak so people can understand him, or
Yeah.
have a translator, like the great Khali did.
Well, the Nakamura isn't quite Great Khali speaking.
No, but it's also to the point where you can't understand half the crap he says.
Because Great Khali would just be like, rah, 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 rah.
Yeah,
And then Ranjan Singh would be, the Great Khali says,
yeah. Which, if you've ever watched The Longest Yard, you know he speaks English. At least a few words. Wow, we got way off track.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're still up top.
It's, we have Naomi about to go one-on-one with Mandy Rose.
Gorgeous Mandy Rose.
Following last week of Mandy trying to kiss Jimmy Uso.
Whoever Naomi's husband is.
Yeah, that one.
Jimmy.
I think so.
John.
John,
That's
Jay.
John's his real name.
Jamal.
So yeah, it would be Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johns. Jimmy Johns Uso.
Yeah. So, Mandy takes off her Mandy Rose shirts, and she has an Uso shirt on.
Yes, which
And-
is awesome.
Naomi was like, "Oh hell nah!"
Yeah, she starts flipping out.
And then we get like the bait and switch with Mandy going to the outside of the ring and Sonya coming in.
On the other side of the ring.
Yeah. So now it's Sonya versus Naomi.
And then, it's funny because Naomi's yelling at Mandy from in the ring, and then the bell rings, and she just looks up like, what the hell? Why are you ringing the bell?
So during this match, Mandy shows on the Titantron a message she said that she sent to Jimmy Uso.
Oh, yeah.
With her like wrapped in a towel or whatever.
Which, I don't get.
Provocative matches.
How is that provocative when she's standing next to the ring apron in nothing but skimpy clothes?
Yeah, you see more.
I've seen more cotton in the top of an aspirin bottle. But you're going to make a big deal about her wrapped in a full towel?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, what else are they supposed to show?
Well, I mean, they don't have to show anything, but they can allude to it.
Right.
But you're showing a beautiful woman standing there wrapped in a towel, and yet here's the same beautiful woman in skimpy-ass clothes. Why does the picture matter? I mean, God almighty.
Yeah. So, this was the distraction that allowed DeVille to hit her finisher, I guess. Which, her finisher was, it looked like she was DDTing herself.
Yeah. Okay, so you saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like she did the Mickey James DDT to herself.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand it. But hey,
I guess it was like a spine buster, supposed to be.
Oh,
but
okay.
I guess.
It looked like
I'm guessing.
It looked like it got reversed.
Yeah. But Sonya pins Naomi after that. So, this is different.
A nice little ploy.
I know a good few people don't really care for this because of the way it portrays Mandy, I guess, and with so like I get the people that like a lot of them want the women to be portrayed in the same fashion that the men are, and that they are combat athletes, quote unquote, and that's what they are. And this strays away from that, and it gets more into the risque attitude era sort of stuff.
But it's a new era.
And
if you think to Vince McMahon on the Christmas Eve episode, when they announced all this new era crap, he mentioned about an attitude. I'm not saying it's the attitude era. I think it's going to be a mix of now and then. A blend.
I don't know. I don't think they'll...
Because that is, think about it. That picture is a lot riskier than they've done in a couple of years.
Yeah.
At least.
Like, I can get, like, the whole wanting to see Mandy and everyone else portrayed differently, but at the same time, it is like that she's a heel, and that's part of her character, is that like she can use her attractiveness to manipulate people and get what she wants, or whatever. Yeah. Like they've done that time after time. She's like she can still be a serious threat in the ring and then be a terrible human being in storyline.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's like I didn't really care about it a lot, but it was different, I guess.
Okay.
Which I'll give it that much.
Yeah.
It was. We'll see where they go going forward, because they can. I'm sure they can make this a lot worse.
Oh, you know they will.
We'll see what they do. Do you have anything else to add to that?
No. I mean, I thought it was funny she was wearing the Uso shirt. Yeah. I really did. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. I like that.
I mean, as a heel, you're trying to get heat from both your opponent and the audience.
Yeah.
And this did it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Kind of like that, oh, moments.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, come on. Who doesn't like watching Mandy get undressed? Even if there is another shirt underneath. Come on. But no, it was pretty good.
We had John Cena's hair out next.
Oh my God. I have not seen that much hair on him, and
it's taken a life of its own.
Yeah.
And
poor guy.
John comes out and he talks about his 2018 and his whole year of...
This is the first time of the year he's been on SmackDown, isn't it? I heard him say something, or maybe his first match on SmackDown in a year.
I don't know.
There's something about him and SmackDown in a year.
I don't know. He was mostly on Raw this year, I guess. Talked about his match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and he said that it was probably a bad idea to have all those beers before the match.
Which, okay, I remember that. Because he was drinking a beer.
Yeah. A beer. A beer.
Yeah. He had a beer. I'm not even going to say he drank it. He had a beer.
That is what cost him his match against The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I don't remember much else he talked about other than towards the end he says, any minute now, some dude's gonna come down here and talk about this and that, and Nikki Bella left you.
Hollywood lover, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The same shit that he said about The Rock.
Yeah, he says a man is going to come down here.
Yeah. And
instead Becky Lynch comes out and she just says, you were expecting a man, but you weren't expecting the man. And Becky does her typical savagery, saying that in the midst of this, she says when she was talking about replacing Charlotte on all the posters and all that she also wanted to replace John Cena.
Yeah.
And she closes by saying, if you have a problem with that, then Nikki Bella won't be the only woman to drop you this year.
But I've got a problem with that statement.
Or whatever she said.
No, that's what she said, but I have a problem with that statement.
Why is that?
Because this was supposed to be New Year's Day, so Nikki Bella didn't drop him this year.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm just saying. Now, because it was pre-taped.
To the live audience.
To a live audience. Yeah, it was still last year. And it would have made sense, but it doesn't make sense on New Year's Day to say it.
We're reading too much.
No, I'm just pointing out the obvious. They said it, not me. I'm just pointing out that,
either way, the line is still good.
Yes, but we still follow a calendar around here.
So that's when Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas come out. And Zelina hypes up Almas, says that 2019 is going to be his year and all that. And Cena challenges them to a tag match with him teaming up with Becky.
Yeah, wasn't too sure about this one.
Yeah. Cena gets worked over most of this match.
Of course.
Until he gets tagged to Becky. And Becky beats up on Vega for a while, and she tries to put the disarmor on Vega. That's when Almas comes in to break it up. Cena comes in and he hits his 6 moves of doom on Andrade Cien Almas with the punch thing.
Oh, the you can't see me punch?
No, it's like the Chinese move.
Oh,
after the attitude adjustments.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's
the thing that he learned in China from Jackie Chan.
Yeah, it took him 6 months to learn it from Jackie Chan, yeah.
He's been perfecting his craft for so long.
And it doesn't even show it. All it does is show a blur of his hand, and, he's facing me, but yet I'm behind his opponent. I can't see crap.
It just looks bad.
It was a horrible part.
So after Cena does this, Becky throws John Cena out of the ring.
Yeah.
And so off this, Vega tries to roll up Becky, but Becky immediately transitions it into the armbar, disarm her thing.
Yeah.
And Cena tries to congratulate Becky afterwards.
Yeah.
Still being a good sport, even after being shoved out of the ring.
But I love Becky's response.
He goes for a handshake, and Becky goes to shake his hand, but instead raises it up and does the "you can't see me."
Yeah, I thought that was
and walks up the ramp.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
she's the perfect heel, but
babyface,
loved as a face.
She's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
Stone Cold Becky Lynch.
And she did it. I don't know if you saw it or heard about it, but I actually saw it. She actually did the Stone Cold Stunner to Charlotte over the weekend at a house show.
Yes.
But middle finger and all, man. It was awesome.
I did see a clip of that.
The kick wasn't all that great, but the stunner looked pretty good.
Yeah. So this was all good stuff for whatever John Cena's going to be here for. I don't think.
Oh, no, that was it.
Well, he's going to be on Raw.
Well, yeah, we'll see him on Raw one more time, and then that'll probably be it till about mid-March when he has to set up for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was figuring he was going to be in the Royal Rumble, but I guess that's not going to happen.
I actually, honestly, because I do want to see John Cena win number 17.
I don't.
I know, but I do. I think I'd like to see him win the Royal Rumble.
Oh, God.
Just to go and win it.
No.
But that would also screw up Strowman getting it.
It would screw up everything.
We'd have to have a triple threat. Because that's how they settle everything in WWE nowadays. It's triple threat.
I don't need to see John Cena in title matches right now.
Well, we didn't need to see Goldberg in title matches either. But look what happened.
I'd be perfectly fine if Cena retires with 16 titles.
No, I want to... Because I grew up watching Flair.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of those 16 titles that he got. And
the quote-unquote 16.
Well, the 16 from what they say.
Yeah.
Of course, we all know it's more.
His fake record.
Yeah, his fake record. The achievable record. But then, I was there when John Cena debuted. I've been watching him ever since. I want to see him get number 17. I don't think anybody else has done anything for this company like Flair has in his time, and then like John Cena has.
Yeah.
Look at all, and I don't mean just for on TV.
Yeah.
Look at the publicity, the Make-A-Wishes.
Yes. He is a generational
ambassador.
superstar.
Yeah. I mean, so why not give him one thing to hold him in the record book?
Yeah.
Because he has nothing, really.
I mean, even though I would still say that, like, the 2007 to, like, 2010 area was largely, like, unwatchable because of John Cena.
Possibly.
And him winning everything.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's nothing of note for the record books for him, really. Not when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, he followed in The Rock's shadow by going to Hollywood. Great.
I'd be fine with them just leaving them tied, so then you can just...
Fantasy book.
Decide for yourself.
Get on WWE 2K19 and play Flair versus Cena.
Yeah. Because why should we openly just say, like, John Cena is better than Ric Flair now?
Because Vince McMahon has said he's the greatest of all time. And that's what they're pushing.
What he is the greatest at, I'm not sure.
Excuses why he loses.
Yeah, drinking too many beers.
Yeah.
I had a sip of one beer, and, that just screwed up my whole match with The Undertaker.
But if you pay attention to that match that Cena and Becky have, when John Cena's getting worked on, like in the corner, he looks like a young JBL. With the hair. With the hair and his facial expressions, he looks like a young JBL.
Yes. I'll never get used to the John Cena hair.
The hair has to go.
So
get the buzz cut back, because you look like JBL, and that's not good for your reputation. It just ain't.
So are we setting up for Becky versus John Cena at WrestleMania now?
Wouldn't that be awesome? Intergender match? That would be cool.
Yeah.
Of course, it'd never happen, but it would be cool.
No.
Maybe they could do like what the Hardys did and just do it outside of the WWE and go to their house and do it. They can go to John Cena's big-ass McMansion and put up a ring in the backyard.
Did you call it a McMansion?
Yes, I did.
I can't. Miz was backstage pitching ring attires to Shane McMahon.
I'd like to see them wrestle as a team. I'm getting tired of the crap between it, though. I mean, dude, just do it or don't.
The only funny part was, like, when he shows, like, like, they're wearing the matching trunks in the pictures that he's showing, and, like, Shane is, like, ripped in this illustration, and Shane was just like, did you use Goldberg's body for mine?
I mean, that little part showing the costumes was interesting because Shane McMahon was wearing shorts.
Yeah.
And yet The Miz was wearing pants. And they're supposed to match. And all you see are these white-ass legs out through the black uniform.
They
just need to do something with it already. We already know they're teamed up. We don't need it anymore.
Yeah. I think they've reached the quota on that.
They're overplaying it now.
So Triple H is backstage, and he's with Asuka. And he asked Asuka who she thinks deserves a match with her for the title.
It's going to be the winner of a triple threat.
And Asuka just says, I'll fight anyone and all that. And it doesn't matter. No one's ready for Asuka. And so one by one, Charlotte, Carmella, and Becky Lynch appear into the shot because Charlotte is standing right next to Triple H.
Yeah, because she was just walking.
The camera zooms out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have to be facing the camera, so it looks incredibly unnatural. And
let's just say WWE could not put on a real soap opera. Because everybody be looking at the camera.
Yeah. And, like, Carmella was kind of the weird one here. Like, just
but she had a point. I know you don't like her. And I get that. We disagree on
what has she done lately?
What's Charlotte done lately?
She was the champion.
So was Becky. So was Carmella.
All
three of them in this year. Or in last year.
So, whatever. But
yeah. It's whatever when I'm right.
You'll never be right about Carmella being a champion.
She was a champion.
You get to say that Brock Lesnar's not a champion, so I'll say that Carmella's not a champion.
When he shows up and he's a champion, I'll say he's a champion. But he doesn't show up.
Yeah, I wish Carmella didn't show up. I wish we were that lucky during that reign. But I halfway hope that Carmella wins just so Asuka can beat her in 15 seconds to redeem herself for losing to Carmella twice.
I know. I mean, she beat Asuka
and
Charlotte twice.
Which one of them was the cash in on Charlotte's.
Yeah. But has she ever gone against Becky one-on-one? I can't remember.
I'm sure she has. I know for sure she has.
I'm sure she has, but
not in like a proper storyline.
Yeah. So if they set it up properly, they could be those two going at it. Winner goes against Asuka.
Yeah. Actually, they didn't even announce a triple threat.
No, they didn't.
But I'm sure that's where they're heading.
Well, you know what it is. That's how they do everything.
But Triple H just says, "Oh, well, you all have valid points, and I'll take it under advisement and let you know of our decision."
They do have valid points. Honestly, just do a triple threat to find out who's going to win. Because
I'd like it if Triple H just comes back and says, "Well, all of you have valid points except Carmella, so we'll do Becky and Charlotte, and whoever wins gets Asuka."
See, I'd rather see something out of left field, like totally out of the ballpark. I'd like to see them come back to him and go, "Well, you got nice points, but we're going with someone like Lana."
Lana.
I don't mean Lana, but I mean somebody else, like Naomi. Somebody who... Sonya, Mandy, anybody but those three women. Don't get me wrong, Carmella hasn't been in the title picture for a while, but she has had her mixed match challenge success and her 7-second dance break crap with R-Truth. But yet, Charlotte gets whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah.
Oh, I want a title shot. Oh, okay, here, join this match. Becky loses her title, and the one time we want somebody to get a rematch, she don't get it.
Yeah. Well, that's just to have her win the Rumble and face Ronda.
No, I get that.
I'm sure, hopefully.
I think that's how it's going to go. Unfortunately, we won't see the title on Becky.
Yeah.
But maybe, she'll win and she'll announce she's going after Ronda. So maybe she'll win there and she'll be the Raw Women's Champion.
Yep.
But how would that work? Would she have to go to Raw?
Mm-hmm. That's how it would work.
Okay. I didn't know if they could, win the title and then go back to SmackDown. No. Like, yeah, I'm gonna Brock Lesnar this thing and keep it.
Yeah, hopefully Asuka does end up having a decent length reign, though.
I think at least till WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that'd be long enough.
That's where Charlotte will probably beat her.
That's 4 months. That's a long enough reign. You don't have to have a 18-month reign every time someone has a belt.
No.
You have to make it interesting, otherwise no one's going to care.
I also don't really care to see Charlotte as champion right now either, so I don't know.
Honestly, she hasn't earned it. Honestly.
So we've just seen her have the title so much.
Yeah, and she hasn't done anything to earn it back.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying. I'm not saying she doesn't earn it, but she doesn't earn it back.
I'm getting tired here.
Don't do that, man. You got to go to work.
Yeah, I know.
While I go back to bed.
We have the main event here of SmackDown, which is the 5-way.
All 12 minutes allotted.
With Mustafa Ali versus Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah. I want your honest input. We've had 4 matches on this show.
Mm-hmm.
How would you make this main event longer? Because it needed more time than 10 minutes to be a good match.
Well, it still was a good match.
For what it was, yes. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't, but it could have been so much more to start the new year, supposedly.
Well,
with a big fireworks match, and this was like a handful of sparklers.
I don't know what all you could cut other than like that Miz and Shane bits. The New Day starting the show actually didn't need to be there at all.
That really didn't, because there was nothing.
That went for like
15
10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. Ridiculously long because I kept fast forwarding.
But the main event was good. It was mostly built around like AJ and this ruthless side of him that we're supposed to get now. But he comes out furious, taking out everyone one by one. Until later on, Samoa Joe and Randy Orton team up on him, And Joe puts him through the announcer's table with the Uranage.
Yeah, he didn't even
And
clear the table.
I was about to say, he didn't clear the table.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen.
Which,
But now they have, they did get rid of the big monitors now. They've got little tablets.
Yeah.
So I guess that helps.
I'm sure those still hurt, though.
Oh, God, yeah. Even if they're rubber-coated.
I do like it, though, that Joe was just, like the one bit that always, it could take you out of the announcer's table spot is how they clear the table and, oh, I don't want this to hurt you here or this over here, so let me make sure you have a nice, clean spot to land on.
On this padded breakaway table.
Joe is just like, nah, you going through this table, bro.
Yeah, eat it.
So that takes AJ out for
a few minutes.
Most of the rest of the match.
Which is just a few minutes.
Yeah. So, after this, Bray hits 619 on Ali after they have a nice little sequence together with them going one-on-one kind of in the match.
I really enjoyed watching Mysterio and Mustafa.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. That's a one-on-one match I want to see.
Ali had the Spanish Fly from the top.
I love watching the Spanish Fly. I don't care who does it. I just love watching it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they get the name for it, but it's just so cool to watch because you never know who's actually doing it.
It is a cool move.
It's like, did you mean to land on your face or on your back? Who did this?
So Ray hit the 619 to end that sequence, and Orton pulls Ray out of the ring and he hits an RKO on Ali in the ring to try to get the pin, but Ray springboards back into the ring and hits a leg drop to break up the pin.
That has to hurt Ali.
Yeah, I'm sure. Ray hit the 619 on Orton, but while he's standing on the apron, Joe puts him in a power bomb on the outside, and Ray hits a Hurricane Rana on the outside, and that kind of takes out both of them.
Yeah.
So AJ comes back into the frame and hits the springboard 450 on Orton, who was already down, amidst the chaos to get the win and the pin on Orton.
Not a horrible match.
So AJ versus Bryan again for Royal Rumble.
Which is fine. I'm okay with that.
I'm not going to complain about having AJ versus Bryan again because I'm sure it'll be good.
But I don't want to see it another time.
I would have liked to see Ali win this, though. We talked about that last week. I would have liked to see Ali get the match with Bryan.
Well, it's funny because you think, okay, with Apollo, make sure I get the right name, with Apollo getting his push into the IC title or whatever, why not push somebody, younger? Even if he loses, push him. Give him, it's the land of opportunities. But yet, all I'm seeing is recycled matches from last month.
Yeah.
Where's the opportunities for these people?
It's like how the WWE title has always been for the last several years, is that every feud they do 3 or 4 matches. Like the year that AJ was champion, if you think about the opponents he actually had for the title, he had Joe, Nakamura, 4 times each, at least.
Maybe not Nakamura, but yeah.
There were at least 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it started at WrestleMania. That was their first match for the title.
Okay.
And he had 1 match with Rusev.
Which was a good match.
And then Daniel Bryan. And that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Guess so. I need quality over quantity.
Right.
I don't care if you have 6 title defenses a year, but make them worth it.
Yeah.
I'd rather see that than 12 defenses that are crap.
Yeah.
At least I'd get behind it more.
I agree. I would have liked to see Ali in as a fresh face and be able to do something different, but I don't know. We'll see where they're heading with this whole AJ Styles, ruthless, blah, 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 blah. Are
there any, cruiserweights coming up that you've heard of?
No.
I know we've had, the video packages of the NXT.
They're coming soon.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you knew of any 205 or cruiserweights that were come up.
Yeah. None that they are promoting, I guess. But I'd like to see Cedric Alexander on the main roster at some points.
I just don't understand. How are you going to move up 1 cruiserweight? Just 1.
Well, they moved up the Lucha House Party.
Like I said, one cruiserweight. They're tag team. But I don't know. You move one cruiserweight up. Well, who's he supposed to go against? The Big Show?
Well, Big Show's not there.
Kurt Hawkins might win on that one.
Well, they can do more with Ali than just limit him to cruiserweight stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Do we have anything else to talk about?
No, it was pretty quiet week.
Yeah. Only 1.5 hours we're at ish.
Yeah,
shorter than normal.
You know it's a slow week if we're only at an hour and a half.
Yeah. All right. We are gonna get the hell out of here.
Yeah, get out of my house.
Yeah. Leave us a review on iTunes.
Maybe.
All that stuff. Links in the description for whatever you may need, wherever you need to watch this, listen to
I have a question.
Yeah.
Every show you start by saying we're back and better than ever. How are we better?
Well, we improve each week, you know.
Prove it. Where's our ratings?
Well, maybe. I mean, we improve ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, the same way with anything. The more you do it, the better you get. So.
Look, I'm just curious. You always say we're back and better than ever, but yet we ain't no better. We ain't got no reviews to say we're better.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll change at some point.
Yeah, we'll just have to go through and create some fake accounts.
Yeah.
We'll call ourselves on air. I'll just have you stand outside.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so sign us off, Chris.
All right. Till next time, we will wrestle you later.